room.
Ah, Fräulein. I knew you would be back eventually. Judging by your face, you and Ludwig already met.
We have. And it raised a lot of questions about you. About what you said to me the first time we met, and about what you didn't say.
Of course. You can run from your past, but never truly escape it. But you already know that. Don't you, Fräulein?
You've been lying by omission all along, Demoiselle Lenny. About Leon's death, about fighting in the resistance with him, about about Mr. Ludwig, and I want to know why.
Because it would have only begged questions. Questions which lead to events that I've never spoken about to anyone. Not even to you, dear Ludwig.
Lenny.
Still, I suppose it doesn't matter now. Perhaps it's time I confess my crime.
What are you talking about?
It was the best years of my life. Joining the resistance, unlike my coward of a father, and fighting alongside Leon after he miraculously got back from Baltayar with Ludwig. It gave me purpose. Leon was a terrific leader. I could feel he was finally taking me seriously, especially with Dana being missing. I knew he was still in love. After all, didn't he cross the globe to rescue her? But we all thought he arrived too late, that Dana had died with her parents during the pogroms. So I believed his mourning would eventually come to an end. And that's when Dana fell from the sky, literally.
Dana was sent by London, right? To oversee that operation led by your resistance network? The exfiltration of a civilian to Switzerland, if I recall correctly.
Indeed. But Leon never told us that Dana was involved. Maybe he was afraid to believe it himself. You should have seen them, Fräulein. It was as if they had never left each other.
Do you know if Dana ever mentioned a child?
Maybe they were planning to have one in Baltaya, who knows?
In Baltayar?
Yes, that's all they ever talked about. How they were going to live over there after the war, along with Ludwig and his tribe. But it was to be just another broken dream.
Right. I should call London now. My radio's downstairs. May I? True brothers and sisters in arms. You can sense that the three of them stand together as one. Lenny and the Gorun seem close. It's nice that she's found a friend. Not that Herr Gustav lacked affection for her, but she spent too much time alone in that refuge. The Gorun described Leon as his brother. They must have shared lots of adventures together since Leon saved him from the clutches of Herberger. Your drawings are beautiful.
For you, Daneros.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ludwig. It's almost as if you were there with us that night.
Leon told me.
Did he speak about me?
All the time.
I should go now. Talk to you later, Mr. Ludwig. Oh, it looks like Leon and me in this drawing. The Gorun must have drawn it from Leon's accounts of us. The Foreign Office put some documents in my radio bag to explain how to contact them. The Foreign Office put some documents in my radio bag to explain how to contact them. Judging by these installations, Leon's network seems particularly well organized. Pity the same can't be said for all the resistance networks the Foreign Office deals with. Shouldn't think the brand... An arms stash. Since the departure of Herr Gustav, resistance fighters have been using this place as an outpost. The Allies are unable to send enough... If this propaganda against the resistance fighters is anything to go by, the Brown... Harold Exner. A scientist with vital information for the war effort, according to the Foreign Office. The Foreign Office put some documents in my radio bag to explain how to contact them. Lenny!
What do you want?
It's amazing how you've grown. How have you been since last time?
Fine, I guess.
I found out that the refuge was closed down by the Brown Shadow a few years ago. Turns out your network did the best of it. But what about Herr Gustav? Is he...
Dead? No, he's not dead. Although, for me, he might just as well be.
It's quite incredible when I think of you and Leon fighting alongside someone who comes from so far away.
Yeah. After Leon saved him during the expedition in Baltayar, Mr. Ludwig's tribe took him in during the winter months. They became inseparable, like brothers. So much so that Mr. Ludwig insisted on coming back here with Leon. Now he's our most ferocious fighter, the terror of the Brown Shadow.
See you later, Lenny.
Dana, wait.
What is it?
Do you remember when you worked for my old man and you caught me playing with Junta's equipment?
Rings a bell, yes?
Why? Why did you tell her about it when you promised you wouldn't?
Oh,
You said we were friends. Well, it got me into a whole load of trouble, you know? I was just a bored kid messing about.
I understand it can't have been nice for you, Lenny, but it didn't seem right to lie to Junta when she brought it up.
So you can denounce a friend to right a wrong then? Is that what you're saying?
I suppose so. But all that was in the past, Lenny. Kid stuff. What's the point of digging it up now, especially with everything that's going on nowadays?
If you say so.
See you later, all right? Personal effects in a heap. Can't be a good sign. Leon's men must have settled down in the dormitories. Leon's drawing book. I recognize the mountains of Wagen in these drawings. Leon must have drawn them during his expeditions in the region. These drawings date from the summer we met, when I worked here. These landscapes don't look like they're from the Wagen region. Leon must have done these drawings when he was in Baltayar with the Origin expedition. This is a drawing of the Goruns. Herr Gustav housed me here when I worked at the refuge. I have so many fond memories with Leon here. When I left for London with Junta, I never thought I'd see the place again, let alone be here again with Leon. The Gorun's lair. Lenny's old room. I should stay away. Herr Gustav's old radio. I remember we spent many an evening listening to serials when I worked here that summer. There must be something else I can plug into it. There must be something else I can plug into it. Once this antenna is connected, there must be a way to open it. There must be something else I can plug into it. Herr Gustav's old radio. I remember we spent many an evening listening to serials when the strange antenna I found seems to fit on my radio. Herr Gustav's old radio. The strange antenna I found seems to fit on my radio. So Junta never did come back to retrieve it? Not surprising, really, I suppose, given the fact that World War broke out. What a mess. Herr Gustav must have turned Junta's darkroom into a storeroom after she left. The strange antenna I found seems to fit on my radio. The strange antenna I found seems to fit on my radio.
Have you called London yet? We'll talk later, Dana.
Is everything all right, Herr Exner? You seem a little upset. If it's about your exfiltration tomorrow, I can assure you there's nothing to be worried about. Leon is the best for...
I couldn't care less about tomorrow.
So what is it then?
It's my wife, Andrea. It's like I said to your goons there. I can't leave without her.
Your wife? I'm sorry, Herr Exner, but we have no orders regarding...
I don't care about your orders. I'm not leaving without Andrea. Do you hear me? I won't. You think I'm a bastard, don't you? A selfish bastard ready to risk people's lives to recover the woman he loves. That's what you all think, isn't it?
I'm afraid I don't know you well enough to have an opinion of you. Besides, I'm only here to accomplish my mission, not to judge anyone.
I take full responsibility for my actions, and I expect no pity in return. But would a little understanding be too much to ask? I mean, what would you do in my shoes? What would you do if they asked you to abandon that alpinist you seem to be so fond of for the common good, eh? Because that's what you're asking me to do with Andrea.
If I were in your shoes, I would put the common good first, even if I had to make a tough choice.
Oh, of course you would.
Well, everyone seems all right, more or less. I should get back to the radio now.
We'll have to cross that tomorrow. It's daunting. Not because of the crossing, though. Leon knows it like the back of his hand. No, because of what will happen between us afterwards. I know I'll have to face the fact that London won't let me stay with him once we've escorted the civilian into Switzerland. And Leon would never accept to leave his men and follow me to London as long as the war's still raging. Once again, everything seems to be against us. But at least I've seen him. At least I know he still loves me. And we'll have plenty of time to catch up when we'll leave for Baltea after the war. So, best not dwell. I'll have all day tomorrow to feel sorry for myself. The strange antenna I found seems to fit on my radio.
Best not go too far.
This part of the radio is used to receive messages. This part of the radio is used to transmit messages. Maybe Herr Gustav's homemade radio is still around here somewhere. Nothing. I should turn the radio on first.
That should boost the signal. Perfect.
Nothing. I should turn the radio on first. Empty. This part of the radio is used to transmit messages. I'll have to find something that will enable me to improve the signal so I can communicate with London. I must have made a mistake. That item doesn't work. Better try another one. No. Impossible. No doubt this should boost the signal. The signal is strong enough to reach London now. I need to adjust the frequency settings properly to contact London. This part of the radio is used to transmit messages. This part of the radio is used to transmit messages. The instructions to find out the reception frequency are in one of the documents that the Foreign Office provided. Then, I need to copy it to my radio receiver. There must be a connection between the contact code and Morse in order to find out the reception frequency. I see. In the contact code, 2 corresponds to a dash and 1 to a dot. By translating the contact code into a word, I should be able to find the reception frequency that I need to enter on the receiver. When I put the right reception frequency, the receiver bulb enables it to receive a coded light message. The coded light message on the receiver seems to be in Morse. The coded light message on the receiver seems to be in Morse.
I see. The light signal is 1 short, 2 longs, and 1 short, stop. Then 1 short, stop. And then 1 short and 1 long, stop. And finally, 1 long, 1 short, and 1 long. Over. I see. The light signal is 1 short, 2 longs, and 1 short, stop. Then 1 short, stop. And then 1 short and 1 long, stop. And finally, 1 long, 1 short, and 1 long. Over. I see. The light signal is 1 short, 2 longs, and 1 short, stop. Then 1 short, stop. And then 1 short and 1 long, stop. And finally, 1 long, 1 short, and 1 long. Over. I see. The light signal is 1 short, 2 longs, and 1 short, stop. Then 1 short, stop. And then 1 short and 1 long, stop. And finally, 1 long, 1 short, and 1 long. Over.